This is the video I wish I had seen when I was a student. If you're interested in learning how to make money online as a student with real freelance jobs, this is the video for you. I'm going to teach you how to do it. Freelance is perfect for students. It's much better than getting a job at a gas station or getting a job in a grocery store like so many people do. It's a type of job that allows you to work when you want for most freelance jobs and work from home. It really allows you to fit your lifestyle as a student well. Most people who start in high school and college get really bad jobs. Like they work at gas stations, they get to work at grocery stores. These are not fun jobs. And also you're not in control of your schedule. You have to go to work. Sometimes you don't have a car. It's just not convenient for students, and you don't control how many hours a week you work. You don't control when you have vacations. Sometimes you need to study for exams. Maybe you got to go to work. Freelance is awesome because freelance, if I had known what I'm about to teach you, if I had known about freelance back then, I could have got one of those jobs that you can get right now. There are jobs that you can do from home when you want to work, so you can fit your job around your life, around your school, so you can make your school come first, or your girlfriend come first, or your friends come first, or whatever is important in your life come first. You can fit your job around your life rather than fit your life around your job and have to make sacrifices of events or sacrifices of studying and that sort of thing. Freelance is what gives you a lot of freedom. It's the best way to make money as a student, in my opinion. I'm going to share with you how to do it, how it works. And the cool thing about freelance is that oftentimes, unlike normal jobs, you can choose how many hours you work per week. So that's another degree of freedom that you have. In some weeks, maybe you have less events with your friends. Maybe you have less exams, so you don't need to study as much. So maybe these weeks you can work more, or other weeks you have more things planned and you don't want to make sacrifices, so you work less in your freelance jobs in these weeks. So really, freelance is awesome for students because of the freedom, and there's many freelance jobs that pay more money than a lot of these normal jobs that many people get. So really, freelance, I wish I had known what I'm about to share with you back then when I was still in college and high school. So the first thing I want to share with you is I want to talk about what kind of jobs that you can do in freelance as a student. What kinds of jobs are good for you that you don't need to have a college degree to get, like jobs that you can get no college degree, no experience, in demand. There's jobs for that. It's easy to get and it pays decently well. And as I share some of these jobs, I want you to also consider one thing. The fact that if you're a student, you're probably going to get a college degree eventually. And once you get that degree or a high school degree, and maybe you have a job that you want to get later, like maybe you want to become a data scientist, or maybe whatever hard job to do that's in demand. So as you listen to that list of freelance jobs I'm about to share with you, I want you to consider, are any of these jobs related to the job I want to have in the future? So are any of these jobs that would look good on my resume later when I want to get my future job that I go to school for? So consider that in your choice of which freelance job that you get. This is by no means a complete list of all the jobs that you can do as a student, but it's a good list of the most popular jobs and the best jobs in my opinion. So the first types of jobs, the first category, in my opinion, that are good are easy jobs. Easy jobs are important because as a student, you need to have mental juice to do your studying. You need to have mental juice to handle the difficulties that you have at school and the demands of school. And if you get jobs that are too hard, well, maybe you won't have that much creative juice or energy to spend on your studying. So if you're the type of person who are in a difficult field of study, getting an easy job that you have control over your schedule so that you can do less hours of work when you need to and more when you want to, these might be good jobs for you. So here's a list. So the first job that really is easy and is in demand is the job of transcriptor. Man, transcriptor is so easy. You're basically just listening to audio, maybe like a podcast or an audio clip, or you're listening to a YouTube video or a video of another kind, and your job is just to write down the words that you hear. You write down the sentences that you hear so that you make a text version of a video or an audio file, either so that you can make accurate subtitles for YouTube videos, or so that your client can use that text to transform it maybe in blog posts and that sort of thing. Your job is so easy. You just have to write down the words that you hear. And the best case scenario is if you can get a job as a transcriptor working for someone who makes the types of videos that interest you. So maybe you're going to find a YouTube channel that makes videos that are awesome, and you can become a transcriptor for them so that you can make their subtitles, accurate subtitles. Awesome job. The second easy job I want to share with you is there's a lot of demand online for people who write blog articles. So if you're interested in just doing a little bit of research to write simple blog posts, most blog posts are really simple, like short texts of like 300, 500 words. So it's really not big. It's much easier than what you have to do in school for your research projects. And often the clients that you have are not too demanding when it comes to the level of quality that you have to provide. What matters for them a lot of the time is just that the page appears on Google, gets an opportunity for them to get more views on Google so that people can click on it and get on their website. It doesn't really matter to them that the information is the best information possible or the text is appealing, because what matters to them is more that people come to their website. So it's if you like doing research projects and you like to do simple research projects to get paid rather than just get grades in school with projects that are harder to do, this is a job that you could check out. Blog writer. The third job that's really easy is website or app tester. So for some of you, you really like video games. Would you like to test video games for mobile phones? That would have sounded amazing to me back when I was in high school, and I wish I knew this was a job. Now you know it's a job that you can do, and you can also test a lot of different types of app. And so if you'd like to test apps so you can see if there are bugs, see if you can give feedback, this could allow you to also get access to some video games or apps or video game updates early before other people get to see them, because basically you're kind of like the paid beta tester. So the next category of jobs that are worth considering is jobs for artists. A lot of artists can make a lot of money with freelance, and there's a lot of people in school that are students who have good art skills. You don't need to be an amazing artist. You don't need to be someone who went to art classes, optional art classes in school and really be amazing at art. You can learn to do some good, decent work in some of these jobs I'm about to share with you with simple online tutorials and do something decent enough so that you can start making money in this. So don't let yourself be too intimidated if you're not like the best artist in your class or not really that good of an artist. If you're just like above average as an artist, you can probably make money with some of these jobs if you're interested. And if you're really good at art, there's a lot of money to be made with freelance. Matter of fact, most art jobs are freelance jobs. So So the first job is to make logos. If you'd like to do some logo design, that's something that you could do. You could also do images for social media for businesses. That's more like graphic design thing, not really illustration, but like really like finding images and doing things with Photoshop so that you can build something that looks good. Photoshop, I've learned how to use it. It's a bit more complicated than a lot of other popular software, but it's something that you can learn in a couple of weeks, and it's really a cool software, and it's fun to do some Photoshop, in my opinion. Job number 3 in that category would be to make illustrations, commissions, illustrations for like children's books or maybe for the furry fandom. If you'd like to do that, there's opportunities to make money in that as well. You could also be a product photographer. Basically, you get sent products to take pictures of. Product photographers, you can see their work, their photography everywhere on the internet. If you go on Amazon, every product you see there has a photo, and someone has to take a photo of the product. So if you'd like to do basic photography, that's something that you could do. You could get paid to take pictures of shoes and different products. And the last job I want to share with you that might be a good option for many people is video editor. So I used to hire a freelance video editor, and I'm going to share with you why I think this is a job that could be really amazing for a lot of people. Is because for him, we would basically give him one video to edit for our YouTube channel per week. And for him, the amount of money that we paid him was more than the average salary, yearly salary in his country. So basically, he made more than most adults around him while working part-time with this freelance job while he was still in school. So for a lot of people, especially if you live in countries where the average yearly income is less than like in Canada or the United States, freelance can be incredibly a really good career opportunity for you, even more than for people in North America. Because in North America, whether you freelance or you don't freelance, like the amount of money that you're going to make in your job is going to be similar. But like if you freelance from India and you can make money doing product photography for clients in Canada, or do any of these jobs for clients in Canada, the US, you can make a lot more money than in normal jobs in your country. So really worth considering. And I think this story, I share video editing, but it's not the only job where people could do that. Theoretically, you could get this sort of situation for yourself where you can make as much as the average yearly income in your country working part-time with any of these jobs if the average yearly income in your country is much lower than that in the United States. So the main reasons why you want to consider doing any of these freelance jobs is the flexibility, the freedom that it gives you. The flexible schedule is particularly valuable for students. The fact that you can control when you do your work, how many hours you spend every week doing your freelance work, so you can fit your work around your life rather than make sacrifice of your life to fit your work. I think that's the best thing about freelance and the reason why it's the best way to make money as a student. And there's many places that you can find these freelance jobs. And I'm going to share with you some different options of places that you can look for jobs. So the first option I want to share with you is that maybe you did not know, but there's many job websites online that are for freelance jobs. So there's many websites where there's many people who say, hey, I'm looking for a freelancer who can do this project for me. Another person asks for another project. And basically you go on these websites, you look at all these posts made by employers who say what they need, and you can just send messages to the employers who offer jobs that interest you. It's a really natural and simple way to find freelance jobs. There's platforms for that. There's a market for that. So if you're interested, the most popular website is Upwork. I make a lot of videos on how to succeed on Upwork. You can check out my channel. There's so many of my playlists that share so much information about how to use Upwork, how to make your account, how to do it step by step. So if you're interested in seeing how to do this step by step, I have videos on that on my channel. And it's also really convenient because if you get jobs on this website, you get many things like payment protection. If you do a job for a client and they're angry and they don't want to pay you, well, you can get paid anyway because the platform protects you and you get like some income insurance payment protection. And also they pay you directly in your bank account, which is really convenient. You have a lot of other options to find jobs as freelancers. One of the options you have is to contact businesses directly that might need your services. For example, if you do logo design, you could just go on Facebook to look at the different Facebook pages of different companies in your local area. And you're like, hey, this one has a bad logo. I'm going to send him an email. This one has a bad logo. I'm going to call him. This one has a bad logo. Oh, he lives right beside my house. I'm going to go visit him. I'm going to offer him my services. I'm going to show him a page full of my different logos that I've made. Maybe he's going to be interested. You have many options to contact people, and don't be afraid to do it. If you, it's easy to do, and outreaching to businesses like that, offering your services directly, a lot of people found that it's more effective than even using freelance websites where there are jobs on the websites. There's certainly less people trying to get work that way than people who go on the freelance website, so there's less competition. So it's something worth trying if you don't feel too uncomfortable about going to talk to businesses directly or sending emails. The next option you have is also to contact different agencies that might be interested in offering your services to their clients. For example, maybe you could partner up with a web agency. You tell them, hey, if you have clients who need like photos of their products to put on your website, because maybe web agencies build websites, and you tell them, hey, Maybe you need photos of products for your website. I'm a product photographer. Maybe you could hire me so that I can take professional photos that are going to look amazing on your website for your design, that sort of thing. There's agencies out there that you can partner up with that might be willing to work with you from time to time. And there's nothing wrong with just asking and offering your services around to a couple of places. And who knows, maybe you're going to find an agency that you can work with for a long time and who's going to provide you with as many jobs as you need. It could be the easiest way for you to get all the jobs you need, actually, because essentially you partner up with a business who already has a steady stream of clients and they can share that with you. And another thing, like, you should absolutely tell your friends and family that you start doing this type of freelance work so that they can share that to their friends and tell people that if they need that sort of service, they can contact you. For a lot of people like me, like, I'm a web developer, I make websites. I've got a lot of people who came to me because my father or a friend heard that they needed a website and they said, hey, contact Alec. And, it's an easy way for you to get jobs. And it's easy to just tell people that you do that. And there's no reason to be ashamed of doing any freelance work. So you should definitely just tell people so that they can advertise for you for free. And to be able to succeed as a freelancer, there's a couple of skills that you need to learn that maybe you wouldn't need to learn if you got a normal job. You should learn how to send good messages and how to send good proposals so that you increase the chance that you have jobs. Proposals are basically you list what you are offering and how much money you want to get paid for that. So it's basically a description of the services paired with a price that you offer for that service. Learning how to do good pricing strategy, learning how to make proposals that are appealing to clients so that they want to work with you are good skills that are really worth learning. It's not essential, but if you learn that, it can help you in your freelance to get jobs easier and also to make more money with the jobs that you have, because clients might be willing to pay more money for your services if your proposals are more appealing or your messages are more professional. It's also good to learn how to say the right things during job interviews or sales calls for obvious reasons, and also how to make basic contracts if you're not going to be using the freelance job websites. And if you are going to be using the freelance job websites, it's also good to learn how to build a good profile on these websites, because profiles are kind of like your resume on these websites, and clients are going to look at it. And the better looking your resume is to get a job, the more people are going to be willing to pay you a lot of money or give you that job. And it works the same on these freelance websites. You have to have a good profile, and you should learn how to build a good profile if you want to do it. It's going to help you get jobs and make more money for the jobs that you get. Freelance is not like a normal job. You don't get just one boss who brings you a lot of customers. You are your own boss, which means that you have to find a lot of customers. So the better you are at attracting customers and all these smaller jobs, because a freelancer does many small jobs usually, rather than a normal job where you have a big job that is your only job. But since you have many jobs as a freelancer, you fill in the amount of hours that you want. For example, like, maybe you want to work less this month, so you get less jobs this month, and you have control over how much work you do by choosing how many customers you choose to work with. And the best place to learn the essential skills that you need to be able to get jobs in freelance, the best way to learn these skills, I made a series of 3 videos where I share how I find clients as a freelancer. And if you'd like to see that series of 3 videos, you can click right up here to go see that. And there's also going to be a link in the description in case the link right here doesn't work. So either in the description or click right up here. And with that, that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed that video, found it valuable, and I'll see you in my next videos. Take care.